I just got back from a 10-day Caribbean cruise with Princess Cruise Lines, and I want to share my ship tour of the Crown Princess. Now when you're talking about a cruise ship, things get a little fuzzy because there are places that cover multiple decks, but I figured I would try to mostly start with the top and work my way down. So starting at the back of the ship with deck 19, you have the Star Deck. And this is definitely a smaller area, and there isn't really a lot there other than some spectacular views, but there is a small basketball area if you're dying to shoot some hoops, conveniently enclosed in netting. There's also a jogging track with a handy little plaque that tells you that 16 trips around is equal to 1 mile. There's also a very basic putt-putt area. And indoors in the central enclosed area is the Platinum Photography Studio area. Moving down to deck 18, but still at the back of the ship, is the Sky Deck with the very appropriately named Skywalker Nightclub. And you better believe the nerd in me loved that name. Technically, more midship is a small area that is also deck 18, but there's literally only a few lounge chairs there for laying out and catching some sun during the day or watching the big screen. Now on down to deck 17, we have the Sports Deck. At the back of the ship, you'll find the whole kids area. Outdoors, there is a small swimming area that is designated and labeled that is only for children and their parents. Just inside from there, you'll find the arcade and youth center broken up by age groups all the way up to the teens lounge. The forward section of deck 17 has the Sanctuary, which is an adults-only area that you will have to pay an extra fee to use that section. You can either pay for a half day or a full day to access that area. If you're really wanting a little peace and quiet on deck, but don't want to pay the extra fee, there is an area of public lounge chairs just outside of the Sanctuary that was almost always very lightly populated. Heading down again, we're now on deck 16, the Sun Deck. At the front of the ship, you'll find the whole wellness area, starting with the Lotus Spa. Entering through the spa, you'll find everything from saunas and the salon to the fitness center and massage rooms. On the opposite side of the Lotus Spa is the small wedding chapel, and that is also where we participated in the escape room challenge. As you head outside and move towards the back of the ship, you'll find the Tradewinds bar and enter into the Movies Under the Star area. Here they play movies on the big outdoor screen. You can actually see the screen from a couple of decks, but this is the actual area that is labeled by the cruise line as the Movies Under the Stars area. As you move further back on the ship, you're going to return indoors and find some public restrooms and a small conference room. At the back of the ship on deck 16, you'll find the Adagio and Sabatini's restaurants. We didn't actually dine there since we were pretty happy with the included buffets and main dining room, but I did pop in for pictures and it looked lovely. Moving on down to deck 15, we're at the Lido Deck, and there is so much happening here. At the back of the ship, below Sabatini's, you'll find the Horizon, Terrace, and Outrigger bar. There are some tables and chairs, as well as some lounge chairs for catch and sun. As you move inside and forward, you find the Cafe Caribe, which slides pretty seamlessly into the Horizon Court, which is the main buffet. Inside the buffets are some drink stations that are pretty well manned anytime the buffet is open, but also self-serve at all times if you need a quick coffee, tea, or water, which was very convenient. Moving forward and outside from the buffet, you will find the Calypso pool and bar. Then forward from the Calypso area is the Neptune Reef pool area with all kinds of great amenities. Starting in the back on the port side, you'll find Slice, where you can get pizza, ice cream, and specialty coffees. A lot of this stuff was included for free, but there definitely were some that had extra bonus charges, but it was all very clearly labeled. I may have had more than my fair share of free ice cream cones over the course of the cruise. Across the deck on the starboard side, you'll find a display of all the Medallion accessories that are available, as well as some of the big screens that you can tap into with your Medallion if you want to hunt somebody down or find something. It was all right there and conveniently located and moved seamlessly onto some of the large public restrooms. As you move forward down the starboard side, you come to the Salty Dog Grill for burgers, hot dogs, and fries. Then moving again over to the port side is the Mix Bar. Forward from the Mix and the Salty Dog Grill was an area of staterooms, including our own on this cruise. Moving down to deck 14 is the Riviera deck, which is almost all staterooms until you get to the very back of the ship where you find the Terrace pool. I know this was one of my favorite spots since I absolutely love watching the ships wake, but it was also a nice place to look down on some of the ports once we'd re-boarded the ship and a fantastic place to watch sail away from. Below the Riviera deck are all staterooms until you get to deck 7, the Promenade deck. At the very back of the Promenade deck is Club Fusion. Moving forward along the starboard side, you'll walk through the photo gallery past the Crown Grill. Just forward of the Crown Grill was the Explorer's Lounge, which was a popular spot for a lot of the smaller entertainments in between the big shows in the theater, but also a popular meeting place for different events of the cruise. Forward from the Explorer's Lounge, you'll find the Promenade Galleria with the Crooner's Lounge and Bar on the port side. Across from the crooner's bar on the starboard side, you will find the beginning of the shopping. Continuing forward on the port side, you will find the library, which had a decent-sized collection of books, as well as some board games, and there was even a list where you could sign up and find like-minded people to play games and such with. Just forward from the library is the Wheelhouse Bar. Forward from the Wheelhouse Bar is the Princess Theater, which is obviously where all the main shows and entertainments and gatherings take place. The Princess Theater also takes up the forward section of Deck 6, the Fiesta Deck. Moving back from the theater, you will go through Gatsby's Casino. Behind the casino opens up to the Galleria with guest services, followed by more shops. Moving back to midship, you'll find the Da Vinci Dining Room, which is one of the anytime dining restaurants on board. And all the way to the back of Deck 6 is the Botticelli Dining Room, which is where you'll dine if you have a traditional dining experience. So if you're going to be eating at the same table at the same time with the same people every night, you are going to be in the Botticelli Room. Now heading down to Deck 5, we have the Plaza Deck. Underneath the Da Vinci Dining Room, we have the Michelangelo Dining Room, and other than the artwork on the walls, they're very comparable. Moving forward from the Michelangelo, we're now at the central staircase, which is opened up to all the shops and guest services in the piazza. Starting in the back on the starboard side, you'll find the Internet Cafe and then future cruise sales, followed by the Vines Wine Bar. Across the piazza on the port side is the International Cafe, and it is always worth checking out that pastry case as you walk by. Moving forward, you'll pass through the art gallery, and eventually you'll come out to some staterooms, the elevator and stairs, and eventually the self-serve laundry. The only reasons to be below Deck 5 were to get on and off the ship for the excursions and port days, and the medical center, which you hopefully won't need. I hope you found this helpful in planning your future cruise. If you did, please like down below, and don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell for notifications because of all kinds of great cruise content coming up, medallions, what we did on port days, what we did at sea, all kinds of great cruise information, as well as my regular art-based content. If you have any comments about the ship or princess cruises or any of that, please comment down below. Have a beautiful day, and I'll see you next time.